It's one topic that piques everyone's interest. Taxes, especially for those nearing retirement, where one misstep in tax planning can be the difference between retiring comfortably and not retiring at all. Joining us now to discuss taxes is Gary Mattson and Taylor Steward from today's sponsor, Mattson Financial Services, a financial firm that's been helping people retire successfully here in West Michigan for decades. You can also catch them on their popular radio show, Money Mentors. And so, Gary, Taylor, taxes seem like they're on everyone's mind, especially during tax season. It's a lot to focus on, but you really focus on taxes all year round. Why is that?
Absolutely, because we got to make sure that we've got all of our I's dotted and T's crossed to make sure that we can build a successful tax plan. Outside of just investments and income, retirement's really heavily based on taxes. And as we see tax changes, they could be, it could mean consequences to your overall plan or less income. And so we need to kind of take a look at where are we at now tax-wise? Where do we think maybe we're going to be going at some point? It's inevitable. Taxes will come back up. But start to structure those assets today. And a lot of times people will say, well, Taylor, I'm retired now. There's not much I can do. And it's not the case. There's always something we can do. We just got to take control of it with things like Roth conversions, moving some dollars around, so we can put some assets in that tax-free bucket, so all the growth we get from here on out and all the income we pull out, there is no taxes on. And it gives you a lot of freedom and adds a lot more success to your overall plan.
Yeah. How often is it that you find people unaware of their tax situation?
It's actually almost 100%. Even when they're very educated in this area, like CPAs. It's one of those things that they don't think about that they're eligible for, they're not specialized in. We love it when engineers and teachers come in and they've got a spreadsheet and it's showing us everything they've laid out and all that type of thing. And then we look at that and says, if we do this, we can actually lower taxes. And they go, well, I never knew that. Well, that's why you're here. Again, we can control some things we can't. When the market goes down, the market goes up, we can't control the market doing what it does. But we can control the things we can. And taxes is one of those things that you can control.
So some shifting might be involved. And so that's what's great about what you offer. You sit down with people, make them aware of this. Is now a good time to do some of that shifting if it's needed?
Absolutely. We're coming up, I hate to say it, but coming up on year end. It's still a couple months away, right? But now's the time to plan it before December 31st, right? Take a look at your overall situation. How are taxes going to affect your Social Security income and how much of that's going to be taxable, and your investment income and other income sources that you may have? How can we structure some of those things now so we can provide more income in the future with less taxes? It's not something that's going to happen overnight. I wouldn't say, Rachel, let's take all of the money in the 401k and pay the taxes right now, because now we're going to pay 37, 38% taxes on that, reducing your net worth by 1/3. It's little steps along the way. Every single year it's going to take some active planning, and that tax planning piece isn't a whole lot of fun for people. Tend not to think about it until April 15th comes, right, and it's time to file. But that's why you have us, right, to sit there and go through that plan and create that tax strategy for you.
Yeah.
And especially, quite frankly, we call it taxes are on sale right now. People don't look at it that way because, again, we've got used to this where we're at. But we know capital gains taxes are going to go up. Those are the non-qualified funds that you made money on, or real estate you made money on. When's the best time to do that? We're seeing a lot of shift right now going, including myself, getting those high-value increases sold at this tax level versus the future. We believe, and I'm going to make a little prediction here, we believe that if you're $75,000 of adjusted gross income or less, you're going to be okay. You're going to be in about the 12% tax bracket. But if you're over that, you're going to see a jump in taxes next year. And the plan's coming out. We're going to hear very shortly here what that's going to be. We'll see if I'm right or not, but be prepared.
Yeah, so the retirement plan that you help people develop, does that include a plan for taxes too?
Yeah, absolutely. We're bringing all of the pieces of the puzzle together. Your Social Security, your benefit. When's the right time to take it? Risk management, that's all the insurance pieces out there. So you can think of Medicare or a pension if you're lucky enough to have one, or any other guaranteed income sources. Of course, the rest of your investments in that income, as well as your estate. How do we protect you while you're alive and well now? But what if we have an alive and not well situation? Now we require more income to take care of a spouse, which means more more taxes, right? So how can we put all of those things together and give that written income plan so you can see it's going to get you to and through retirement?
You know, Ed Slott's a famous IRA author out there, the guru as they call him. And he said this, and he said that most advisors are only trained on taking money in. And if they do well for their clients, make them 10, 15, 20%, if they don't look at the tax, all they've set up is an annuity or a payment to the government. So as fiduciaries, what we're going to look at is help control the things we can control. We work in this area on a daily basis for all our clients as distribution phase. It's totally different than accumulation phase. So getting to retirement is a goal, but it's not the only goal. Now we got to get the marathon for the next 30, 40 years.
Yeah. I know one of the components that people come to you with is money that they have been able to save or tuck aside throughout life. And so what kind of savings do you typically see?
It's amazing that people will sit in a large amount of cash because they're worried about the market and not take growth of that. We've seen other people that have taken too much risk in the portfolio because they're trying to make up for losses they had last year. Or they're really looking at it and saying, I'm willing to give up things in retirement because I want to make sure my children and grandchildren have the same opportunities I have. It's across the board, depending on who the client is. But that's the beauty of it. It's that we don't have just one plan, we have their plan. It's the individual one that they need set up for them about their dreams, their goals, their desires. And it's flexible then, so as things change, it can change with them.
Sure. So how do you get the plan, the conversation started with someone that comes to see you?
Well, call the number, 616-514-3831. We're going to sit down and show you that you should be starting with 100% of the income you have, net income coming when you leave the company, and how you can have growth throughout that with inflation. We're all hearing about that, and how you can control taxes through that, and making sure you have the income you need to be successful, not just today, but tomorrow and the future.
Then along with that, you have a great offer you'd like to extend to our viewers.
Sure. For the next 5 callers, if you saved at least $250,000 or more for retirement, and you're in retirement or getting ready to retire, we'd like to show you that map. Taylor, I, Gerald, Laurel, we're all fiduciaries, we're all advisors. We will sit down with you, create a plan that shows you that roadmap, and take into account taxes, risk management, all the insurances, Medicare, all those type of things. Your estate plan, make sure it's set up the right way so you can do what you need to do, and then the investment, the income. We'll take all of that and show you exactly what you should be doing.
Well, that is a great offer and excellent information. So we know that many of you watching are thinking about your taxes in retirement right now. So if that's you and you're unsure about what kind of taxes you'll pay in retirement, take advantage of that special offer from Mattson Financial. Gary, Taylor, and the team at Mattson Financial will sit down with you, do a complete evaluation of your financial outlook, and develop a comprehensive retirement plan to get you where you deserve to be, living your dream retirement. Don't let this offer pass. It's available complimentary to the first 5 callers today. So secure a spot and call 616-514-3831. That number again is 616-514-3831. And so thank you, Taylor and Gary, for joining us. We appreciate it.
Yeah, it was great to be here.
Yes, thank you.